Let's go live now to central Gaza and speak to Al Jazeera's Hani Mahmoud in Deir el-Balah. So, Hani, Israeli airstrikes have been intensifying. What's the latest you can tell us on the ground there?
Well, good morning and Eid Mubarak to all the colleagues. And the Israeli military continue to pound across the central area and the southern part of the strip, mainly in Rafah city, in retaliation to what appeared to be the biggest loss for the Israeli military, as Hamas and its military fighting groups on the ground ambushed an armored vehicle and leading to the death of 8 soldiers, as the Israeli military stated. In retaliation to that, the Israeli military aggressively attacked major parts of the western area of Rafah city, including the Saudi neighborhood, the Japanese garden, and el-Sultan area, where there are hundreds of families are trapped in that area, destroying the majority of the residential homes and the public facilities, and around the vicinity of an honor school. That's an evacuation center where people were panicking, literally at a very state of panic, and quite fearful of the indiscriminate attacks by the Israeli military. In the central area, mainly the eastern part of Deir el-Balah city, where as of midnight and early hours of this morning, we could clearly hear the constant non-stop artillery shelling of areas in which the Israeli military stated these were identified infrastructure used by Palestinian fighting group at the eastern part of Gaza, of the Gaza Strip, eastern of Deir el-Balah city, without giving further information of the nature of these attacks, other than that these are based on internal, precise intelligence information. But what these attacks did, they kept pushing people into further internal enforced displacement for hundreds of more of displaced families whose sense of security and safety is being shattered at a very major level right now, whether here or in the northern part of the strip, in which not only right now people are struggling to deal with the unpredictable falling bombs and the deliberate attacks on their homes, whether in the eastern part of Gaza city or further to the northern part of the strip, but also the spread of enforced dehydration and starvation. Particularly, we're talking about on the first day of Eid, where literally we're looking at hundreds of thousands of Palestinian displaced families, and many of them are in mourning. And on this particular day, many of the traditions, such as buying a new, like simple things like buying a new clothes or making Eid treat, are out of reach for most people. And in addition to a major tradition for Muslims here, which is the offering the udhiyah, or the sacrifice of an animal, is made impossible by the soaring of prices and by the ongoing blockade on the crossings. One important element, and it's causing quite of a tragedy to people here, is the prevention of almost 3,000 people who were supposed to go and perform Hajj are unable to do this because of the ongoing blockade on the crossings. Rafah crossing is the only exit point for Gazans to the outside world, and it has been almost 40 days. We're looking at complete closure of this particular exit point. People are unable to exit and perform Hajj at this year. So this Eid is mixed of feelings. People were hopeful for a potential ceasefire, other than the fact we heard this morning an Israeli statement about a tactical pause of the fighting in Rafah to allow more humanitarian trucks into the southern part of the strip. But from past experience, tactical pauses are nothing shorter of a stop of shedding of blood, which means it's a break from killing people until further notice. That's causing major panic and concern, because it's almost unpredictable what is going to happen and what level the aggression is going to be.
Hani Mahmoud, thanks very much indeed for that update.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.